Welcome back, everybody. My name is Dr. Leo. I'm joined here with one of my old-time pals, Mr. Jack Dax, and here it is for the finals of another Legacy weekend. How you doing, homie?
Doing good. Excited to see some great legacy matchups. We're going to see Curious on four color control. A deck he's known for. It's kind of a pile, I won't lie. It's playing Brea
It,
and Retrofitter Foundries. And we got Evil, one of our very own mods, on green white depths. The kind of like the Absent variant, but you're playing coders and you're playing reclaimers to upgrade your coder into for more than five. Give or take.
yeah. So importantly here, new card alert. Yavimaya Cradle Growth, three of in this list.
Oh yeah.
It's insane. I mean, so we've seen Turbo Depths using what's we call it, Urborg and Vampire Hex Mage to make like super fast depths. This is more akin to like a slower pile, but we've seen like this pile go so fast and get turn two slash turn one kills. Champagne did it on stream for the invitational finals. Pills, it can be fast, but it's just more consistently and finding depths than like a black green turbo depths variant. So I like the list. I think like Yavimaya is so powerful.
Yeah, Yavimaya is a great card, honestly. I'm really loving Green Orberg. The players seem to be shuffling up, going to their mulligans, figuring out what they're gonna do. Always
Yeah,
good to
my
see some
question
great new cards coming in from Modern Horizons. It's actually useful.
My question is if we're gonna have somebody playing a ramp deck using Yavimaya, Cradle of Growth, and Rafellos. Those because that card is busted, and I've always wanted to see it get played in like a constructed format.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm loving these new cards.
Oh yeah. Oh
Look at
yeah.
that.
And I mean it looks so good in that old border.
Yeah,
Like,
full border.
it's the crispest. And, Sphinx, honestly, that's why we love proxies, so everybody can put together a list as long as they're color proxies and original art, that's all we care about on the
Mm-hmm.
MTGPL. And, we're just trying to, like, keep on promoting Eternal Magic.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
that is where this all comes down to. The Eternal Legacy and Eternal Magic scene is, like, so interconnected. Like people know each other's usernames from like the source back in the day. They've like known each other for a long time. Like people have been like best mans at people's weddings. Like people have met their significant others through like the eternal community. So it's like,
We're gonna see now
uh
Abyss out of Queries as sideboard. That's gonna be really funny if that shows up.
oh, actually, side note about old cards. Little piece of tech I just picked up
Ooh,
was
what'd you pick
this.
up?
What was the card? Like Dystopia for my blue black control list.
That's sick.
Yeah, Dystopia is a cumulative upkeep of paying I think one life, and then on each player's upkeep, if they control a green or white permanent, they have to sacrifice it.
Nice.
So that's like my tech against like the new green piles that are everywhere around.
Well, Svexus, if you don't have a printer, usually your local library will have one on the cheap to print at colors. Also, you could do it at FedEx or Kinko's, as it used to be called back in the day, or FedEx or UPS, I believe. Even the United States Postal Service does have some printers occasionally.
Yeah, yeah, there's a tons of different places. At least as far as we know, US based. It's a little bit different, like all across, because we do serve an international community. We don't want to imply that you'd have access to that sort of stuff, but someday, like get some cards printed up, and oh yeah, if we were talking about new cards, Legacy Affinity has been hot, and honestly, I if I owned Ancient Tombs, I would play that deck.
Oh yeah, no, Legacy Affinity is really cool. Um,
Yeah, Evil is on the play, and they both keep 7.
yep.
Looks like they're both going for it. Alright, let's do this.
As I'm showing a little bit here, we have some of the new cards that are going to be cycling through here. Hopefully, it'll work. I'm testing it out. Oh, there we go. So from Queries' side, we're gonna have a prismatic ending. Very,
Ooh, I
very
just
cool
picked up my
card.
old borders. Just picked up my old borders from my LGS.
Same with Endurance. I believe Endurance is from Evil's side in the sideboard. We have three new Modern Horizons card. Endurance is a lot of fun. It brings your graveyard back into your deck. Really helpful for a lot of the strategies from Modern Horizons, especially helping our miracles list now that we're on Bant Miracles. Super cool.
Yeah. Yeah, so, on that same subject, if you're hanging around, last weekend no, not last weekend, the week before that, we did Legacy Live, and I played the Bant Miracles/Control Shell, that Ozymandias took to a first place finish at the Legacy Challenge. Lutzer, thank you for the follow, but, I played that list, and Endurance is busted. Like,
Oh, Endurance is great.
I need 4 copies, time meow. Ooh, okay. So we got a turn. So these are
Turn
both
two
the
Dark
turn one
Depths.
optimal starts for this. So because of the fact that both of these players have started on their optimal turn one plays, but I think the Elvish Reclaimer is just slightly better.
Ooh.
Ooh, so what were Green Suns it for?
We're Green Sunsing for one, I imagine here. We did tap the Dark Depths for green. Green Orborg is doing good things.
Sylvan Safekeeper maybe?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Such a classic card, and also one of the staple cards where it is actually one of the players on the card. That is the original art of Sylvan Safekeeper. With the actual
Yeah.
player that won it. It was an
Like
invitational card.
uh like Bob and Meddling Mage.
Bob, Meddling Mage, Shadow Mage Infiltrator, and Solemn Simulacrum.
Yep.
The ones I know off the top of my head. There are other ones. Void Mage, which is
Of
Kairie.
course. Of course, your one of your new favorite cards, the Elite Spellbinder.
Elite
Have you got the
Spellbinder
chance to
too.
play with that card?
I haven't. I do like it though. It is a very interesting
Yeah.
card. Ooh, we're gonna see the prismatic ending on one. Technically
It
it's
looks
zero,
like
but it's one color.
uh let's see what's the target.
Oh,
Looks like sacrificing the Dark Depths to give something hexproof. Looks like
I imagine it was for the Sylvan Safekeeper.
yeah,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
super
definitely.
interesting to see the prismatic ending done for zero because then you're
Dude,
targeting for one. Great.
this card is busted, and it's what I love about it is you can do the same trick with engineer explosives that you can do with Thalia or any sort of taxing effects that makes you add one
Oh,
more.
it's great.
It is so good. It just this has become the new staple sorcery removal, and like rest in peace, Council Judgment. Like I
It's great.
understand Council Judgment hits True Name Nemesis, but like at this point, who's playing True Name Nemesis?
Stoneblade is still very good. As a like a kind of a interesting Auditon these days.
It's still my primary win condition in Neostorm. I'm gonna eventually beat you down with 2/4/2 unblockable untouchables.
I love it. No, I absolutely love it. It's one of my favorite things to do. Like there is nothing funnier than actually dealing with that.
Oh yeah. Okay, so we are seeing a forcible on the Sylvan Library pitching Brea, which is you know what? It's one of those things that whenever a threat comes out, everybody always has to give it points because of the fact that if it's blue, it can be pitched to Force of Will,
I
and
mean,
this is a
Stormcrow can be
perfect
pitched to
example
Force
of
of
it.
Will. It's great.
Exactly, exactly. But it's one of those things that, Brea being this four-color pile monstrosity, one of those colors is blue, and that's viable when you don't need it around.
Isle Monstrosity, you say. Great cards.
Oh, it is absolutely great cards. Like, honestly, the fact that you can just sit there and produce Thopters, you don't have to top out. Uh, you know, Bosch and Roll hit on this. Brian Koval, if you
Yep.
don't subscribe to his channel on YouTube, he hit on this when he was talking about his Bant Flash deck. Being able to just pressure your opponent on their end step is just like so powerful right now in Legacy. Like we have so many threats that can do it now between endurance, what's it called? Endurance, Hull Breacher, Ice Fang Quaddles, also known as Sneaky Snow Snake. We have so much pressure on the end step. It is so powerful,
Oh yeah.
but
Honestly,
not having to tap out on your turns is huge.
we're going in for the beats. Thanks for the rent money. Is
Uh,
that Aiden? Aiden G?
Yo,
I
what up,
imagine.
Aiden? Yeah. So, yeah, that was a funny story that we won't tell on air, Aiden. But yeah, I owe Aiden. Aiden's a homie. Right, also, known as the local drug dealer within the, MTGPL, because always selling those good cards.
Hmm.
I have, like, so many cards in my binder right now because of Aiden. Like, that foreign black border Caracas is just
Oof, tasty.
ooh, Italian too? Oof.
Italian Crocs had very nice colors.
Oh, it's so vibrant. It's so nice. Like, I can't say no to that.
Yeah, there's something about Legends and the original English printing. It's just so weird and like washed out. Like when you look at
Yeah.
Legends Tabernacle versus Italian Legend Tabernacle, it's super weird.
Yeah, exactly. Ooh, but we are seeing Brea here.
That's pretty
Okay.
early.
Oh, so I mean, tap out on turn 4. You know your opponent's not playing blue. You know, Brea gives you 2
You
blockers
have Thopters.
against Merit Lage. Like, that is so viable. And importantly here though, Selesnya Depths, how many 2 okay, we only have 1 Sajiri step in the list. So
Yeah,
because of the fact that we only have 1 Sajiri step,
pretty bad.
uh the Thopters can become what's it called? The Thopters are blue.
Yes. Um,
So, can't get through that, but can't get through the Thopters that, Thopter Foundry makes, because those produce colorless.
if we were playing black, you could play one of my new favorite cards from this set, Modern Horizons 2. Absolute great card, Damn. You could
Oh!
totally play Damn. Great card, absolutely wonderful. It's my favorite card of the new set. Besides Dothy, Dothy is perfect because Damn is half half a damnation, the other half is Wrath of God. It's perfect card. It's
Oh, yeah.
always good,
And
always good. Destroy a
that
target creature
card
or just wipe. It's great. Never
that
not
card is
good.
dripping with flavor, and it's so great. I love it.
It's never not good.
Okay,
Great.
so we are making
The Merit
the
Lodge.
Merit Lodge
Hey, King
Flying
Kofi.
Spaghetti Monster.
Yeah, Dothy
I
is
mean,
great. I love Dothy. Don't get me wrong. I play him. I play Dothy and Dead Gael. Dothy is the homie. Great. But I love Dam. I play double Dam. Just getting people with Dam is delicious. Chef's kiss. Especially when you have
okay.
Cauldra out, the next homie, the Batter Skill 2.0. Can't
Mm,
bounce it,
I
but it's pretty good.
your free, what's it called? Your reality smasher that you can tutor up at
Oh
all
yeah,
times.
it's great. It's great. Just can't bounce it. Only
Yeah,
downside.
so we see here the abyss with the Merit Lage coming here eating the token,
Yep.
but this token then gets sacrificed and now
To
it's
Brea.
the 4/4 constructs.
Oh,
So, oh,
amazing.
this synergy is just powerful because now you're looking at 4 Brea's a 4/4, so you're looking at 8 power coming at your face. That's pretty freaking good, and it was one of those things that Caracas doesn't even help in this situation because the ETB could trigger off of Brea is so massive.
Yeah, no, the Thopters are relevant to blue. That should be known information. That can be asked. Um, but Sajiri Step would have done the job. Yes, Sajiri Step would have done the job
Yeah,
if Evil named blue, but did not.
yeah, Sajiri Step would have done the job. Now that these servos can be turned into Thopters, those are colorless.
Oh yeah,
So, yeah, I used to play Brea back in the day when I was a, commander scrub.
Ray is still such a
Like,
fun card. I do want
oh
to build a
yeah,
Brea
like
deck one day, but it just was never in the cards.
I just like color fixing in that deck was just like so hard, and this is
Mhm.
way before I had duels
Yeah, you
and
say that now. I'm
had
sitting over here. I'm
fetches.
like, I'm just trying to play Brea because I've got a Volk, I've got a Scrubland, I've got a Tundra, and I've got an Underground Sea. I'm just like over here just trying to make use of every dual land I own.
Yeah, I'm only missing the Volk. I'm only missing the Volk, and
I need to buy you.
oh, let's see. Actually, now I got my complete set of Tars, my complete set of Mesas, which are
Oh, that's
hot
nice. Yeah, if you haven't bought fetches yet of the enemy colors, y'all should get them. They're
now.
cheap-ish,
Now,
and they're never going to be this low again. I bought mine
we
for
are
like
not
35.
financial
Yeah.
advisors, though.
Do
We
not
are
listen to
not.
us for like financial advice, but theoretically, if you guys have the money, buy fetches now rather than later.
Yeah.
I need the one
Yes,
Bayou. I need the one Bayou so I can play Reanimator. I have all black red
dude.
Reanimator except for the one Bayou.
I have my 2
I
Bayous.
could theoretically play it with an Overgram Tomb, but they're
I
literally just for the sideboard Revenant silences and the Exanted Swarms. That's all
Yeah,
they're for.
I don't think I've taken my Bayous out of my deck box in, like, the last, like, 2 years.
No,
Like,
I dead straight own full Black Red Reanimator, and it sits in a box. I've never played it and never sleeved it.
oof,
I bought it
oof,
on an SCG sale. I have every piece of it.
nice.
It's so dumb. I'm just like, oh yeah, how much? Oh, it's only like $200 because all of them was like really discounted. Great, bye.
Dude, that was my first, legacy deck was Black Red Reanimator. I played a lot of that
It's a good
deck.
deck. I have two Badlands,
Oh,
so very good.
oh,
Oh
I
no.
don't think Evil realizes the fact that they're blue. I don't think so.
Oh,
Because
unfortunate.
as Evil just scooping up because the endless Thopters doing it in. Understand when you have the Abyss, it's like you can get in there, but the thing is, Bray is just going to start sacrificing those Thopters and just another servo that it produces, and just start bolting them over and over and over. That's what Bray does. Because the fact that it can just sit there on the field as a threat while you just hold up mana and just like let the onboard threats do what they're going to do, and just all you have to do is just answer their hate pieces. This deck is highly efficient, and this is why we've seen Quirios back to back here on the Discord. You need to have answers for this deck, and you need to have like strong answers. Like not just Collector Roof just does it here. But let's
Oh yeah,
go looking
Abyss is
at
fun.
sideboard.
The sideboard's a lot of fun. I'm not gonna lie, it's great. We're looking at.
I got evils pulled up here. We
Oh, I got
got three.
Aquariuses. So you tell me evils, and I'll
Yeah.
tell you Aquariuses.
All right, so evils, we got 3 choke, 2 Thalia Guardian Raven, 2 Deafening Silence, 2 Force of Vigor, 2 Path to Exile, 1 Collector Roof, 1 Endurance, 1 Glacial Chasm, and 1 Tabernacle at Pendrell Vale, which I am
Uh,
like 90% sure is coming in.
I like the Tabby. I like the two Force of Vigors, and I like the Oof.
Yeah,
Everything else
I'm
I don't really care about. I just like screwing up the artifacts here, making sure that Retrofitter Foundry is not relevant.
so important here is I don't think I'd bring the choke in. Even though this is a base
Yeah.
blue control deck, we saw islands, we saw plain swamp, what's it called? Plain Swamp Island. Like there was enough basics in there to play around that sort of stuff. And like a lot of this stuff is just colorless, plus also prismatic ending can exile it. Like it's one of those things that I don't even think choke is like really solid
It's
here,
not that
but
great.
I do like the Force of Vigors, I do like Deafening Silence, I do like the Collector Roof, and I do like the Tabby.
Yeah.
So
I think
talking
Tabby's gonna
about
be the
Quirios.
most worth it. Aquarius's list is two Containment Priest, two Plague Engineer, two Thoughtseize, two Surgical Extraction, two Push, two Pyroblast, a Kolikin's Command, a Kaya's Orzhov Usurper, and the Abyss. I
Yeah.
won't lie, I want to see the
So
Abyss so bad, but I don't think it's the
I
greatest in this matchup.
I don't think it's even good in this matchup because it specifically says destroy and like it Merit Leash does not care.
Ironically, the best thing to bring in here, ironically, is Kaya.
I was just about to say that, and it's not even
Minus
ironically,
one Kaya.
dude.
Goodbye.
Dude, I told everybody during the invitational, Kyle was the sleeper hit of the invitational.
Kaya's
We
so fun.
talked about it the entire time. That card is busted, and here in a deck when you can chump block, slam a Kaya and just say lol lol lol, lol, I don't care about your Merit Lage. I can kill your Merit Lage with a down tick.
Great.
That is just so good. That is so busted. But yeah, I like Kaya here. I love that card.
That's the only
I
thing I
think if
like here, actually. Like, the rest of the sideboard, I don't really care for. Plague
um
Engineer, if you want to name it on something.
Containment Priest is a maybe. Is this it's a Green Sun Zenith deck, so Containment Priest.
Yeah, I mean, there are
You
a lot
can
of options. I definitely like Kaya here. Containment Priest
oh
is
I
relevant for the Green Sun Zenith, and that's about it. Like, I don't really care super amazingly about
but
Plague Engineers. I mean, like, you're naming like maybe two things.
the backup plan of this deck is turn Fat Knight of the Reliquaries and Fat Elvish Reclaimer
Yeah,
sideways.
it's a good backup plan,
So
but that's why you're bringing the Containment Priest and the Kaya.
it's a very good plan, exactly. And so you bring in the Containment Priest, shut down the Green Sun Zenith,
And Kaya will still hit the
and then
Reclaimer too, because Reclaimer is a
you
one
just
drop.
play the cut. Exactly. So I say
It's
three
great.
cards in, call that good. Like
Yeah, just put them all in and see what happens. That's what I'm feeling.
yeah. Yeah, and if you want to be a part of this, the MTGPL hit exclamation point Discord in the chat and come hang out. It's a good place to be. Hey, like it's a solid now that things are opening up more and events are happening, people are using this as a testing ground to
Yep.
test their paper decks. We are still holding weekly events, monthly leagues,
We have the
constant
bi-weekly too tomorrow.
the bi-weekly as
The
well
Sunday
for the German
EU, yeah,
players.
the Sunday EU time
Oh
zone
yeah, the EU
specific.
players.
We do have APAC
Yeah.
players too that sometimes play in them too.
Oh yeah.
Those are always fun. They always launch off, so it's always great to see that. Hopefully, we can start streaming those soon.
Just make sure you have Leyline in the sideboard
Yeah, ley line
because
for the dredge players.
there's two dredge players that somehow like to stay up till then. Not gonna name names
Not gonna name
or
names, but I believe they're North American players that just stay up late
yeah,
and play.
they just stay up late and
Spike it
just
with
rock
dredge.
people's worlds. Like, and I can't fault them on that.
No one.
Like they know uh, because of those players. I always have at least 4 to 6 pieces. No, just solid 2 to 4 pieces of graveyard hate in my board.
You gotta bring
Some
out
of it
the
like doubles
rips.
up.
Bring out the
I've been
rips.
playing for one endurance.
Oh,
Card's
Dirt's
amazing.
great. Great card.
Endurance, it's so busted. Um, but also, like, I'm a little bit more on, what's it called? Graph Digger's Cage now,
Oh, Cage is great.
because
No.
if you're trying to hate out these Green Sun Zenith decks, and a lot of these decks are really good with Green Sun Zenith because of the new printings like Grist and Endurance, all of which can be Green Sun Zenith for, like, Graph Digger's Cage is really good to hate out these things. Also hates on Uro, so,
Yep.
like, hey, double up on that. And I can say this as a also kind of dirty control player because all I've been playing for the last couple of weeks is blue black control. Yeah, eternally surprised. But sometimes, like, if your meta is just filled with it, like you gotta be a little bit worried about this sort of stuff. But when you have like two main deck endurance, like at that point you just don't even care anymore. Like 2 slots are good enough.
2 slots are good enough. Lies. Never enough. All four.
I don't know. Like in my
Go
Green
big or
Sun
go
Zenith
home.
build, I was running 1 endurance, 1 scavenging ooze in the main, 2 endurance in the side. I think I had two. Did I have one or I think I might have had 1 surgical extraction because I was like, I don't care. I'm just gonna always have endurance. Like I'll go up to the full 4 endurance and just play solid 3 4s on 3. Like not even caring. Like, the fact that I can go turn 1 noble hierarch into turn 2 endurance is just so good. And just, like, I can evoke it if I need it earlier, and I could, just cast it normally and just beat face with it afterwards. It's so good. Though, my sleeper graveyard piece of hate is,
Tormod Crypt.
what's it
Tormod
called?
Crypt. Tormod Crypt.
No, no, not Tormod's Crypt, Ashiok, the -4 one.
Oh
Oh, it
yeah, that's a fun one.
that
Ashiok's a lot of fun.
Oh, that card is just one of those cards that I can't like every single time I play it, I'm just like, I really like this card, and I really want to play more of it. And it's just like but you can never find more than 1 slot for it.
Such a fun card. I love it.
All right, so we are getting a turn 1 Green Sun Zenith off the Yavimaya. I'm still amazed that there's 3 copies of this in the main.
Oh no, it's absolutely.
Oh yeah,
It's such a
card's
good
great.
card. Especially if you play it in elves. It's such a great tech for elves because elves bounce my Guy's Cradle, replay Guy's Cradle.
Oh my god, the fact that you can do that,
So good.
it's so busted. It's so
I
good.
want to see
Okay,
a
so we're
push on the Dryad. Always fun.
yeah, end step push on the Dryad, or is it a main phase push?
I would
Yeah,
assume.
it's a main phase push. Yeah, it's
Damn.
just UC push. Do we have wastelands? Oh, we have 3 wasteland. Please punish this with a wasteland. Oh, I
I
was
hope so.
really hoping.
Sometimes you start out with the wasteland start and just waste them, and then they just never draw land. It's great.
So
Great when
so
you win it.
honestly, I have had a change of heart recently because I've been playing back to basics in this control list. And just one in the main, one in the side. It feels good to back to basics somebody. Like it feels so dirty.
I love back to
It,
basics. I run it in Stoneblade. It's great.
Yeah, that's where I took the advice took the idea from was, like, blue-white control, blue-white Stoneblade, Faceless. But, yeah, like, it's just so good, and, like, I think right now there are so many greedy mana bases around that, like, having the ability to just, like, stop that is just so powerful,
That's
and
really great.
especially with all this, like, Urza stuff hanging around. Like, if your Urza Saga remains tapped, like, sorry, dude, can't make any constructs with that.
It's gonna be absolutely bonkers. Positive.
Do you think it's gonna get banned in Modern?
Or is this Saga? No, it's not gonna.
Yeah. Not
And
good
in
enough to get
Legacy
banned?
though, maybe.
I don't know, I've heard the opposite. I've heard it's been, like, really busted in Modern.
Yeah, no, I've been hearing a lot of different things. I mean, it's not super busted. You know, the only thing I could see really getting banned would be like a legacy ban for Ragavan if it becomes a problem. That's the only. But I don't like honestly. Modern Horizons 2 has been such like a nice walk in the park compared to Modern Horizon 1, where there was like,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, there were definitely cards in
Hogak.
here that like anyone was like, what were you designing here? There are some issues with Modern Horizon 2. It's been more like, man, these cards are good. They're not like crazy good to the point where I'm like, you should ban something.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
they
yeah.
gave Delver a bunch of cards, but it's all like in the one drop slot, and it's like, do I really want to start cutting Delvers? This seems bad. Like Ragavan's a very
Yeah.
good card, but you still have to do combat damage to a player. Dragon Rage Chandler is a very good card, but it still takes some time. It still takes some work. Urza Song is super good and played in a lot of decks. But yeah, it seems like a modern ban thing. But I've heard so many different things from people when it comes to modern. It's like, oh, it's not good enough, or it is good, but it's like niche good.
So in
I've heard
Legacy,
different
we
things.
we have Wasteland to keep it under control.
Yes.
So, like, because of that, like, it's pretty much a free roll for us to, like, control it, and when people are talking about, like, the bans for, like, Delver and stuff like that, I think it's too early to be talking about this.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Um
Like
Oh,
we
yeah,
just
like
haven't seen enough of the meta to be like, oh yeah, this is totally breaking the meta. You know, it's not
yeah,
like Rev Delver has been
exactly.
good for like 2 years now.
Exactly. So, it's one of those things that, uh, it's not insanely busted in the way that, like, Arcanist was, or
Yeah.
Hogak was, or like, even things like Oko, like, where it's like, "Oh my gosh, this is format warping. Either you're playing this or you're playing your deck wrong, and you're going to lose to
Yeah,
this."
this is not Underworld Dreams the meta again.
Yeah,
This is just
it's not
like
Underworld Breach.
this is
Like,
like a lot of good cards that just seem very decent for what they
yeah,
do.
and I had a great conversation with CJ about this earlier, and it's Legacy has all the tools in the world to adapt, and because of that, we have so much time to, like, really adjust
Oh,
to
we're
it.
fetching the Triumph.
Now oh yeah, you gotta fix that mana somehow, and it's all here you get back to basics. I mean, you just gotta play into the wasteland at this point.
I mean,
But,
could still get choked.
yeah, true, but that's, the Civi Triumph, which is important because it's Mardu, it cannot get choked.
That's true. Seems like we're finally gonna
Okay.
fetch.
Okay, it seems like with the fetch down to 18, getting the Triumph, this is all on end step as well, so
Oh
it
yeah,
seems like Evil might be going for it here
I
with
think
maybe,
so.
like, crop rotation protect with, because you have the extra card to crop rot out.
Oh, we're gonna go for that decoder.
Okay,
That makes sense.
okay, yep.
Tap for green, I
So,
imagine here.
importantly, so this is what's really cool about Yavimaya with, Neither Reliquary. You can sacrifice any land now
They're all
with
forest.
Yavimaya.
They're all
They're
forest.
all forests.
Oh, we're getting wasteland.
Oh,
That takes them off red.
yep,
Smart.
okay.
Smart.
Okay, not going for it yet, but, like, understanding what's important in this matchup, because honestly, Brea entered the battlefield with 2 other knuckleheads
Oh yeah.
that can block, like,
Hmm.
oof.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. I, so when we see these 2 lists, especially when we're talking about, like, in the realm of Delver, like, we had 2 Delver today? 2 or 3? and yet we're all the way here, and we don't see any Delver in today's event, not in the final. So, is it Delver? Yeah, there's 1, and then another Delver, yeah, another Rug Delver, and nope, 3. Yeah, 3 Delver, and yet both of these decks came out in the end. So, is
A
it
lot of Delver.
yeah, so do you think the overstatement of, like, how it is when it comes to Delver's prowess on MTGO, or is it because of the fact that, like, Modern Horizons prices and, the access to the card has kept people from getting, like, the full 4 of Delver and Dragon Rage Trail or stuff like that? Oh, Aiden, oh, that's what it is, the fact that there was a lot of bans. Yeah,
Oh
no,
god.
you're saying it. Yeah, I'm
Um,
seeing it. We had 2,
yes, King. There
3.
is an equivalent to Jund in Legacy that's pretty good. It's called Maverick. You play
Well,
Maverick.
yeah. Yeah, punishing Maverick is the closest you're gonna get, to I mean, you can play real Jund, like, that is a thing that you can do, and you wanna hit up Argon Platypus on the Discord if you wanna talk
Yeah.
Jund as well as Chaotic Bear. Both
Or
of
you
those
can play
players.
Four Color Loam. Four Color Loam is the other option.
4 color loam is
You can play
solid,
Mox Diamonds.
but,
It's good.
that's the thing is Mox Diamonds.
Yeah.
But
You can
if you're
proxy
talking
him.
about, like if you're talking about, like, straight Jund, though, there are some, and I do believe Argon Platypus has been messing around with, Ignoble Hierarch and, like,
Ignoble
trying
looks
to
like a lot
see.
of fun in Jund.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, like, people will always ask, like, "Oh, what are you accelerating out in Jund?" It's like, well, I mean, there's a lot of things, and for one, I actually think it makes, explaining Kroxa a lot easier in Jund, because a lot of times in Jund, you don't wanna be, like, straight black, red, and you want very much, like, more green, black with, like, splashing red for if you're especially if you're, like,
Food
punishing
Chain
fire or stuff like
Goblins is
that.
literally Jund. Eternally surprised. Where are you going with this? This is not 2011 anymore.
Hey, you back off my fecundity, okay? You back off. I love that deck. I loved watching that thing go off.
Well, King Comp, the good news is here on the MTGPL, we allow. I just had a postman drive up my whole hill of a driveway. That was funny.
Oh, oh wow.
I don't
Good
know
job.
why the postman decided to drive all the way up my driveway. um,
Uh,
but here at the MTGPL, we do accept proxies. You just have to print it in full art, color, all that jazz. Um, we're very lenient when it comes to that. Also, just pick them up, do some pickup games in the looking for games section of our Discord. Just test out whatever you really like. Some people play some really jank stuff, and some people play, standard things like Miracles or Silver. Depends. Honestly,
yeah,
I
if you
think
ever get paired
Punishing
up against
Maverick
good
or Four
thing.
Color Loam are the big two that you want to try out. Maverick's probably the cheaper deck versus the Four Color Loam because the Four Color Loam requires Mox Diamonds. But always proxy up before you buy a Legacy deck. They're super expensive.
Yeah,
Some of them are cheap, like Legacy Burn is cheaper than Modern Burn because no fetches.
yeah. Also importantly with the legacy burn, you get all the best parts of burn, like Fire Blast, which is so good right now.
I apologize
Yeah,
for walking away, but I just had so much glare in my eyes. The sun just bleed into my
yeah. I was about to say something about it, dude.
like, it's right there.
Wow, that's what I like about my office. It's like very perfectly
I
situated.
got two windows right in front of me. Nice. I like it.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, no, four
Uh,
color loam is a very good utility deck. The priciest things in there are the four Mox Diamonds. Um, but it's a really good deck. I mean, talk to our fellow moderator, Kadak Bear, about that. If you want a good kind of Jund like deck, I would say either there is Legacy Jund. It's not the greatest, but it's still playable. If you want a good variant of that, I'd do Punishing Maverick. It's very much a utility toolbox land deck, which revolves around Green Sun Zenith, value towning for Coder usually.
ooh, ooh. Oh, that's dirty.
Ooh,
Okay, so we got an end step hardcast force of
Force
vigor.
of Vigor! Let's go!
Okay, so what's that gonna
Kill
hit?
the 1/1 and then the Brea.
Yeah. Okay. I mean that's solid. I mean
Great.
that's 4 mana trading for 6 total
And then I
mana.
think if you want to talk to someone about Stompy, I think Anne plays Soldier Stompy. talk to Ann on the Discord. She is also our league organizer. Shout out to Ann for organizing the league, along with Cathor, a fellow moderator. Um, but Ann plays Soldier Stompy, and I think
So
I don't play Dread. So,
we got a couple of mono red Stompy players in the Discord.
and our owner of our Discord plays Mono Red Prison, and
Yeah.
Legacy Burn. Astrid plays Legacy Burn when she is not dishing out the deets on Death and Taxes.
the- yeah. That being said, she is so good when it comes to that burn matchup.
Oh yeah, no, no.
Just
I'm actually scared of Bastard's Legacy Burn list. It
oh,
scares me.
I
Because
I
I haven't played
have
Burn.
gotten
I haven't played against Burn in like 3 years. So I just look at that list. I'm like, I don't remember what the heck this card does.
I've said it a million times before. Everyone's got a plan until they get lightning bolted in the face, and they go, "Oh!" Until they see tap Goblin Guide at swing for two. You're just like, "Shit!" It's like
No.
I should not have taken out my removal. What did I do
Yeah,
wrong?
the good news, King, is you don't need Rens for Legacy because it's banned in Legacy because it was a little too good. That's the good
Yeah.
news.
That card was if you think it's any good in modern, it is a
Lord,
thousand times better in Legacy.
let me just
Ask
tell you,
Monster Jack
repeatable
Jack
Wasteland was a
sometime.
little too good. Yeah, Wasteland, uptick,
Yeah.
I'll get Wasteland again. Kick W. That was the whole meta.
Yeah. I was playing Nick Fit at the time, and I played against the Rug Delver with Wasteland one time, and I was like, this needs to get banned. This needs to do something because it just absolutely demolished our entire event that we were playing locally. Yeah, and then exactly, it kills 80% of all the creatures in the meta.
You know, if it ever got high enough and it did the retrace thing or whatever, you just knew you're just like, what am I doing anymore?
It is literally the win condition in Xerox nowadays because you just, "Okay, I'm gonna, then take it up to get the emblem, and
Reminder,
then I'm just gonna
Dreadhorde was in
discard."
the meta too at the same time. You were playing Rug with
Yes.
Dreadhorde.
Oh my god, yes.
You played
Oh,
Rug Delver with Dreadhorde.
I remember that.
And there was a
I
heavy
remember that.
consideration about the fact of like, are we even playing Termagoyf? Is Goyf enough to cut it in this deck?
Goyf was unplayable in Legacy for a solid 6 months. Like, it
It
was
was funny.
brutal.
It was
It was
funny.
so brutal, like, oh my gosh.
People were
I
sitting there
remember,
like, how many Goyfs do I cut? So I can
like,
play
it was
Dreadhorde and
so
this
bad.
card.
And they also had Oko then.
Oh
Oh my
lord.
god. Oh my god, I
Yeah,
remember that. I remember that.
if you want pain, just remember all the things that were busted during this time. I went to
Uh,
GP Atlanta and Rug Delver was everywhere, or people were playing 4-color snow piles. I'm
Yep,
talking like we
yep.
saw Dead of Winters being played.
Main board.
Main
They
board,
were
just
main board.
Plague Engineer, 3 of just gotta love it.
The GP Atlanta finish, didn't somebody have a high finish because of the fact that they brought Terminus? Like, wasn't there like an actual Miracles player in like the top 8 that was just like, but couldn't get past these like 4-color piles?
I will tell you, my friend day 2'd with Infect easily. Easily.
Oh yeah.
Just day 2'd easy,
Oh,
because he was just
oh.
faster than
Can we get
anyone he played. Just
can we get
Berserk,
can we
I'm
get
done.
Oliver in the chat? Can we get Oliver in the chat? Rest in peace, buddy. Rest in peace. Ace, in fact, that Phyrexian
Brexian,
changing.
so nice.
Oh, oof. I saw that come in. I saw the especially when they
Oh,
gave Ink Moth Nexus the
we just saw
text line.
the Merit Lodge go away due to Prismatic. Mm.
So
Hello,
good.
darkness, my old friend evil. Are we actually
That
pathing? Oh wow,
oh,
I was not expecting
okay.
that. We pathed the Brea. We're gonna get a basic.
Yeah.
Yes, there is a reliable Maverick resource. It is called the Green Sun Zenith. It is actually a website maintained by a guy
Yes.
named Dugas on Twitch. He's a friend of ours.
Dukes on
Great
Twitch,
guy.
yeah.
Love Dugs. He's supposed to be on for commentary or playing someday when we invite him back on. We need to get that set up again.
Australian time zone. Australian time zone
Yeah,
sucks,
Australian
dude.
time zone is just so hard to get. Great, great guy. Follow him on Twitter and go to his site. His site's amazing.
Yeah, the Green Sun Zenith, I
And then
use
there
it
is
all the
a
time.
respective Discord for it as well. There is a Maverick Discord. But
Yeah.
Green Sun Zenith is a great website. It helps with Maverick and Nickfit. Nickfit is the greatest meme in the world. Doc can tell you all about it.
Oh, yeah. Let me tell
Promise
you
you.
about a little card called Cabal Therapy that I totally didn't consider getting tattooed on me this last weekend.
Pernicious Deed, just
Oh, yeah.
just if you ever
Oh,
want to
yeah.
play dumb
Pernicious Deed.
things, just
Let me tell you about the Pernicious Deed in the limited environment of Apocalypse, okay? That card won everything. it just like, "Okay, and, you're dead. I'm gonna clean up your 10 mana worth of stuff with 1 card." It was insane.
Absolutely nice. As we're
Oh,
getting back to board states, I know we've been off topic, Doc. Doc and I really love talking about all legacy decks, and we really love talking with Chad about it. Just to get back into perspective, though, we're going to see a Retrofitter Foundry. We've got 2 blue Thopters and a normal Thopter, and the 4/4 artifact creature. We got the Coder on our side of Evil. Evil is floating a mana to get rid of a Flagstone of a Trakir, which is going to trigger for planes, which means he can get whatever
can
planes in
be
his deck.
done
Could be a dual
because
land.
Yavimaya.
From the right
Yavimaya.
side, yeah,
Oof.
super good. Um, from the right side of things, Yavimaya is nice. Um, we're also going to get our planes because Flagstone. From the right side of things, we've got a Scrubland, I believe, a Tundra, an Underground Sea, and a Volk. We got pretty much every one of them.
And we're gonna see an end step,
Green, White,
Merilage here.
Black Reclaimer. Is it better than Maverick? It's kind of hard to say. So Green, White, Black Reclaimer is this mid-rangey semi, like, it's Turbo Depths, but it's Turbo
So
Depth, but changed.
the
I
difference between the 2 decks now is the fact that, Reclaimer runs, Mox Diamond,
mhm.
where Maverick didn't, and back when so I was first thinking about building Reclaimer actually because it looked like an awesome Abzan pile, and then, when they realized that they needed, Mox Diamond, I was like, "Well, fuck, I can't do anything with that now, 'cause I don't own them."
Yeah,
And,
Deed in Modern, please. I'm still
oh
begging
my
for some
god.
other cards in Modern. I'm waiting for my port to come, please. Give me my
Oh, I would
Rishadan port.
love Deed in Modern. Are you kidding me? Oh, it'd be so good. I would actually probably go back to playing the Rock in Modern.
That'd be great.
Uh, but yeah, so the reason, why, like, this is so freaking good right now when it comes to versus the Maverick build is that this consistently makes, 2020s, while Maverick is just gonna try and beat you down with, Knights, Gaddock Teagues, Thalias, maybe even some Stoneforge Mystic targets like Batterskull or stuff like that. Like, it's playing other things that are not, uh, Merit Lage. You only
Yeah,
see Dark Maverick playing, Depths if it's playing,
it's a
the
secondary
Depth
condition.
build. It's a secondary thing. They only
Yeah.
run 1 Thespian Sage and 1 Dark Depths.
Yeah, the big thing that differentiates Maverick with green white depths or green white black depths is the fact that usually Maverick is this toolboxy kind of deck. You're playing some number of Gaddock Teagues, you're playing some number of Thalias, you're probably playing some Stoneforges and a GTA. Even if
A
you're not
Plague
playing Stone,
Engineer in the main.
yeah, even if you're not playing Stoneforge, you might just be playing a GTA. Because that's how it's
Yeah.
always been traditionally with Maverick. I don't
GTA
remember
wins
the
the creature
origin.
matchups.
I don't remember the origin of the name because every Legacy deck has a fun origin name. Um, if you ever have a fun time
I
and
remember it.
people,
I remember it actually, because I wrote an article about this,
oh,
before we were doing the podcast. So, the originator for the deck, I can't remember, who did it, but it was originally a when it would splash green, it was for Noble Hierarch, or to just try and power out an effective D&T plan that was proactive, and
oh,
then Green Sun Zenith got printed and became its own thing. And so
interesting.
because of that, because it was considered an individual thing and like going off the beaten path and legacy,
It's a Maverick build.
the
Yeah.
exactly that's what Maverick stands for is going off the beaten path. Oh, I'm sorry about that Hansel, but
And we literally got off topic so long ago. We're answering chat
yeah.
questions. I'm so sorry. So they just got poked in for one with the Thopter. Evil really doesn't care at this point. He has way more life total than he actually cares to. He's just trying to get on that plan to get down the 9 life total left. Whereas kind of has jump blockers for days. We still need to get rid of the Retrofitter Foundry. That's the big thing right now. We're just
I I
jumping
just
out
want to
and
see
getting
this.
4/4 artifact creatures.
I
That's
want to
all
see
that's
this
all
knight
that's
get
going
in
on.
for damage. I want to see this knight get in for damage. I want to start seeing this knight turn get in, but
Oh, we did
like
see an
I
Urza
haven't.
Saga come out too. It taps for colorless right now, but next turn it'll be a construct. Tap 2 and tap it to make a construct which is equal to all the artifacts on your side, if I recall. Urza Saga
Nice.
is one of those cards that
Yeah.
people think will get banned in Modern.
Yeah, it is an enchantment land. But this is what's so wild about this retrofitter
And then when
foundry.
it
As you
hits
see right here,
3,
you
we
can
get zero
untap
one.
it. You can untap the retrofitter foundry for 3 and get more 4/4s.
I know, it's super nice to see. We're getting double fetch down to 7, getting a bulk, and getting a island. Always nice to see the beautiful lands from Aquarius. Such a nice cultivated list. Queris being known for this pile, of course, as we said earlier.
Yeah, this is brutal. Though that being said, we only have a few minutes left. We have 15 minutes left here. Need to put out the warning.
Yeah, sorry, Ham. We
Just
literally got
email.
off the topic because we were being asked about there is a modern player in our chat, which we always love to bring in some modern players. And they were asking like how to start in Legacy, and then it kind of got into like what's a good Jund like deck. And that's how it got into it. So we got off topic and started talking about Legacy. Why it was called Maverick, and the difference between green, white, black depths, and the difference between that and Maverick. And we explained that difference. But back on the game, the board state has relatively stayed about the same. We've had the Merit Lage out for 3 turns now. Quirios is just riding the Retrofitted Foundry to victory. We're sitting here. We made no artifact construct because we chose not to, but we did search for our library for an artifact that
We're
is
fin
0/1.
we're finally turning this knight sideways, and that's what needs to happen because this knight is massive. I think it's at least.
We're
Oh,
getting Tabernacle. That's relevant.
ooh, okay,
We did
okay,
not turn that knight sideways. We sacked.
okay.
So I
This
correct
is
myself. We
nice.
did not search for an artifact with 0/1. We got rid of their Zusaga. This is relevant. Um, Evil will have to
Yeah,
pay
not for
for the
the
merit,
merit lage
not
though.
for merit launch
No,
because it's not relevant.
because it's a
It's a destroy
it's
effect.
a destroy effect. Yeah, and the merit lage does not care.
Nope. And we're tapping the
But
tabernacle because it taps for green now. It
that's a
is an
lot
Italian
of mana.
tabernacle.
That's one, two, three, four, five, six that we're gonna have to see. Okay, it looks like we're on end step now. And yeah, okay, so Query is gonna try and make as many 4/4s as possible,
Yes.
just so that way you keep the 4/4s and not care about the rest. But I don't know. It's
Yeah,
just so
Cosmic.
wide.
It kills me. It kills me. We're not telling Evil until after the game. It's
Yep.
gonna be a nice conversation when we get to explain. Hey, did you know this entire time you could have just Sajiri stepped on blue?
Yeah. So the Thopters that are produced from the Retrofitter foundries are still colorless, but the Brea ones,
Yes.
that very slim window where the only
Yes,
blockers
they are.
were the Brea based Thopters, that could have ended the game in game one, and we saw it again here where it could have ended the game again here. Those Thopters
Oh yeah.
are blue. That was a very important distinction when the deck came out, is the fact that it produces blue Thopters because it worked with some, like, other artifact combo with, like, Grand Arbiter or something like that.
Oh yeah. 100%. It's great. Yep, Queris is using the different color tokens. That is a nice catch, eternally surprised. Queris
Yes,
does have the tokens for Brea, and they're blue.
exactly.
There is a noticeable difference. There's a
There's a
noticeable
noticeable
difference.
difference. There is blue in the background. It is not just a sky that it's flying in. They are blue. And so, like, yeah, that could have stolen Evil to game 1 if realizing
Well,
it.
this is a lot of creatures.
That's 4, 8, 4, 8, 12, 16, 17 power, I think, rumbling in.
Yes. So we have a 4/4, another 4/4, a
I
1/1, a 4/4, and a 4/4. Right.
think
That's
that 4/4 is demonstrating 2, if I
yes. I
remember
think
correctly.
so.
Yeah, and killing, yeah, so at
Yep.
least 2, going down to 8 here. And
Still anyone's
importantly,
game.
this taps down Quirios' has massive mana advantage and like can't do the whole trick with untapping and tapping and tapping and stuff like that. So the amount of 4/4s Quirio can pump out every single turn is just completely stymied by this.
Yeah, it's actually kind of interesting to see where we're gonna go with this because we have 3/4/4s left, and then next turn we still have to tap down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ugh.
Yeah, exactly. So
You can at
I
worst make one more. I think, like at
uh,
best you can
and
make one more.
I think Evil has just been not drawing any other threats. Like
Yeah,
we've seen land drop, land drop, land drop, and Evil sacrificed a lot of lands. That knight is gigantic.
this is not good.
So because of that, we are seeing
I'm really surprised that Quirus is making another Thopter here. I'm actually
no, we're just turning that one servo into a Thopter.
yeah,
Yeah, so
because we gotta
oh, it does.
pay a lot of mana to get rid of that.
Yeah, it has to. Quiros has to pay at least 5. It looks
Yeah,
like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay.
at least This is
And both of
brutal.
these 4/4s are just gonna get eaten up by this massive knight and this merit lodge.
Absolutely brutal.
And I don't think Quirios has any wasteland. Type effect. Yeah, no, that's it. So evil has kind of stabilized here.
Ironically,
And
evil is choosing to tap that for green. Just the best part about fetch lands, just tapping for green.
yep,
Great. It
yep.
it is
And
absolutely amazing.
we're gonna see this retrofitter foundry going away
Uh,
if
I wonder if we
the Knight of
will.
the I think Quirios is just digging for any sort of counterspell.
Yeah.
Like, how many of those counterspells did you leave in? Like, maybe Drown the Lock? Maybe, but I mean, if you're I don't think you wanna be, jamming Forcible in this matchup. I
When
don't
you have
think
to
Force
start when you have to start counting your lands to figure out can you cast anything anymore?
Yeah, exactly.
What am I putting back? I mean that is a really hard matchup thing to say here. Um,
Yeah, and this is why Brainstorm is actually a very hard card to play, because if you're not prepared for it with these sorts of things, like, there's so many little micro decisions that go involved with it, including the fact that oftentimes Brainstorm is the best sorcery in the game.
oh yeah, no contest. And yeah, two constructs would kill him here. We're gonna force, which makes
Oh,
sense.
okay. Going down to 6, which means that both of these knights, this knight is very
That knight
lethal
is
here,
not tapping.
but that's the thing is, like, it will get cracked back. Oh, okay, we're seeing 2 constructs being created here. Yeah, so that's 4 constructs in total.
Ooh, this is not good. Evil better
And
have a plow, otherwise this is the problem.
2 of those are very lethal.
A plow or another path, which I believe evil only runs one additional path. We've already seen it.
Yeah, I think we saw the one path. I don't think we've
So we got a
seen
double block, and then we gotta get rid of one of the other creatures. Um. Oh, what are we
block,
getting?
block.
What are we getting here?
Oh, Glacial Chasm. There's a Glacial Chasm in
Is
the
there?
list.
Oh, I was not thinking about that. That
There is
is
a Glacial
relevant.
Chasm.
That is relevant.
Yes. Oh, okay, okay, I see. Block, block to make sure that damage gets through to kill 2 of the knights,
Yep.
and then
Glacial
finds a
chasm.
Glacial Chasm. Oh, that's brilliant.
That's a good idea. I was not even thinking about that.
And sacrifice the fetch land to it as well.
Yep. Using the fetch land utility as much as you can, which,
Yeah,
for the record,
that's
great thing to do.
value. Oh, yeah, Mamaia is so good.
We do have 7 minutes left in the round, and this is the only match left.
Yeah, it's very tight. But, that being said, Evil has stuck around here, like, really solidly.
Hmm.
Okay, let's see. Is Evil gonna pay?
I
No,
imagine
because I
evil
think you wanna be I
pays.
think you wanna be swinging out here because I think Knight's a lethal threat.
The problem here is Queers can
The
make a
Retrofit Foundries.
yeah, Queers can make a token to block,
Yeah.
if I remember correctly.
Yeah. So what
It's not a good it's not a good space to be in. Um,
Okay, so
Tap
we're
Glacial Chasm
paying
to pay for Tabby, I think.
and yeah, paying for Tabby and then sacrificing the Glacial Chasm. Okay.
Yes, I imagine so. Um, hmm,
So what wins the game here is
a Swords to Plowshare, I
any
think.
removal spell, including a Force of Vigor.
Yeah, Force of Vigor would be great here. I'd love to see a Force of Vigor.
Yeah, Force of Vigor would be so good. All right.
I'm assuming we're gonna
We got both
force Queers to have it.
producing the servo. And then
Evil.
maybe
Are we gonna
are
respond
we
to
gonna
that? I imagine that Evil
go
might have
for
something.
blocks?
I'm imagining Evil might have something, or I would have said something.
No.
Ooh, this is not good.
No. Oh man.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, this is fortunate.
Did Evil forget? No, I think Evil was just trying to force it. I think Evil is just trying to force it, just try and force it through.
Unfortunate. I'm not looking forward to telling Evil that he could have won game one pretty handily.
Yeah, and I think this might be it.
Possibly.
Unless, of course, I mean, Force of Vigor does still do it.
Yeah, Force of Vigor, if it's in the hand, is free.
A Force of Vigor would have won the game, and because doing that before you go into
Yes.
blocks, I
If
mean,
Force of
had the
Vigor
form.
if Force of Vigor was in hand, I would have done it right then and there. When you go back to moving to blocks, because you can just at that point Force of Vigor and be like, okay, time to win.
Yeah, exactly.
But I can't even imagine
So
what was going through Evil's head.
it's got to be something that can't be cast, or like maybe a leftover Mox Diamond, maybe more mana or something like that. Because all we've been seeing here is just,
I mean, we have 8 life here. We have to have something.
yeah,
I
this is
assume that
12
Evil would have
rolling in.
conceded at this point if he didn't have something. What does he have? Right, 8 life. Is this an endurance?
Oh, that's an endurance. Oh, and then before going to blocks, Source of Plowshares goes up to 3. Wait, but that's going up to 11.
Hang on, we're shuffling our graveyard into our library though, right?
No, 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 no. It
Oh, are
gets.
we scooping? Confused.
I think.
Yes, we must be
Yeah, I think.
scooping.
Yep.
Yeah,
I think. I
we're
think.
taking out the board. Yep. I see it.
Yep. 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 Yep.
Well,
All right.
that was something.
Query was taking. Query was taking it down again. This is what we've seen like time and time again. This ability to produce consistent blockers using the retrofitter foundries, as well as like not having to tap out and being able to play on your opponent's turn, is just so good. Like if you're planning on coming to one of our events, you need to have a plan to try and beat Quirios' 4-color control list. This is the new 10-side list. This list is so good,
Oh yeah.
and Quirios just has it down. Like honestly, we've seen it time and time again, as well as we've seen what's it called. Oh, right now, I think Quirios is actually at top of the
Oh
standings
yeah.
for the invitational run.
Aquarius has been playing great with the 4-color pile. It's been such a fun treat to see. If y'all want to play some more Legacy action, you want to see some fun, we do this every Tuesday and Saturday. We have the Saturday weekly challenge. Every other Sunday, we got the European challenge for our tournaments over Webcam. We have a Legacy monthly league, which we'll be releasing the videos soon for. We are in the midst of recording for the top 8. We'll be releasing the June League. Yes, it is just one match on Saturdays. We only have the time to do one match, which is usually the finals or a feature match we choose. Every Tuesday night, we switch between Legacy Live, which we go in depth through 3 rounds of Legacy of different decks and do kind of a deck tech kind of versus series. And every other Tuesday is Legacy Fight Night. That is either PvP or mod fight, where you get to challenge the mods. It's a ton of fun. Check it out. We'll be rating actually Zan Zayed right now, who is playing the Modern Mox, the challenge. So we'll be jumping into that. If you guys want to stick around and say hi to Zan, give him some support. Otherwise, good luck, everyone.
Have a good
That's
night,
us.
everybody. See you on the Discord.